Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's me, Big Porky. It's Saturday morning, boxing's on tonight, big pricey fights, good fight that. Right, I just want to go through, this letter here. I'm not going to say who it's off, but it's a gentleman that I know as he sent a letter regarding safety aspects of boxing. Now, this video, what we're going to call it, we're going to call this video non-boxing Saturday, not like a non-topic boxing or challenge Porky or something like that. It's just going to be something different that we're going to do every Saturday. So obviously today's Saturday, so but I'm not going to be able to get it out because I'm not going to be going to office next week, I don't think, because we had a slight accident. So I'm going to store it and I'll probably send it to Nicola in a week, and she'll put it out next Saturday, because I want them to go out on Saturdays, because I'm not getting anything out on a Saturday, am I? Because boxing's on Saturday night, but by the time I've sent it to her, it's not going out until Monday, is it? So, right, here we go. Dear Miriam Davis MP, right, I am a boxing fan and author of the book Battling Jack, You Gotta Fight Back, the story of ex-professional featherweight boxer Jackie Turpin, who was the last surviving member of his generation of Britain's best loved boxing family. I'm writing to you, Minister, to invite you to share my concern over the cynical manoeuvrings of promoters like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, who regularly stage mismatched fights apparently intended to leech money from the pockets of boxing fans without threat to the status and careers of the said promoters, own particular Golden Goose Athletics. That's Eddie Hearn of Matchroom and Frank Warren of Queensbury. Now, good point. There are questions to be asked, for instance, about the poor quality of fighter that promoter Frank Warren arranged to do battle with heavyweight Tyson Fury in the run-up to the 1st of December. I think he's on about Pianetta and Serifi that Tyson fought. Them fights were bad, weren't they, for boxing? Tyson really carried them, didn't he? He's on about the run-up to it, the clash between Fury and the American heavyweight Wilder. What boxing fans want to see is the best fighting the best. And what most boxers want for themselves is the knowledge that they have fought or are fighting the best in their weight division. This, however, for reasons of heightened financial gain, rarely seems to be what boxing promoters want. Oh, I had a bit of a slight accident last night. I'm alright. I'm okay. Our boxing pundits, whose role is to evaluate upcoming contests for the benefit of us fight fans and those who wish to place bets on the outcome of a fight, tend to keep stum about blatant mismatches through self-interest. Now, you have to say that's true, wouldn't you, really? You'd have to say that's true. It then goes on to say their names are often to be found on the payroll of one or other of the promoters or interested TV companies. Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. To highlight a current example of mismatching, Matchroom are promoting a fight scheduled for 1st of June 2019 in America, in New York, between the British heavyweight Anthony Joshua and the American heavyweight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Currently the only worthy opponents for Anthony Joshua, holder of the WBO, IBO, WBA and IBF belts, are the American WBC belt holder Deontay Wilder and the fellow Briton Tyson Fury, whom every student of boxing recognises as easily the most skilled of the current crop of heavyweights, although Fury presently holds no belt. Jarrell Miller is nowhere in their class compared with them. Miller is in fact a big baby. The matchup is a joke, and a bad joke at that. It is worth repeating that such mismatches can be highly dangerous for the out-of-depth fighter. To compound the situation following past form, in the lead up to the Joshua Miller fight, there is little doubt that promoter Eddie Hearn will wheel out his spin doctors like Adam Smith and Johnny Nelson to deliver a relentless barrage of lies in interview in an attempt to make the mismatch appear as if it will be a fair fight between equal opponents. This is all true, you know what he's saying here. This gentleman's been around fight game over 50 years. As so often is the case, the career and the physical and mental health of the less skilled and less experienced fighter is potentially being sacrificed on the altar of a fat cat promoter's greed. In the process, boxing fans are being royally ripped off by being lured into paying for something which is not in fact what it is claimed to be. I am happy to say that I have found one honest independent voice in this wilderness. It belongs to the self-styled voice of the hardcore boxing fan, Russ Hartley from Donington. It's actually Doncaster, mate, if you don't mind, who regularly airs his informed polemics on his YouTube channel, Porky's Corner. Mr. Hartley forcefully voices his worry over the corrupt practices perceived in British boxing, and he has encouraged and supported my decision to write to you. Unfortunately, Mr. Hartley is virtually on his own in speaking out like he does. More established channels such as IFL and Behind the Gloves tend to suck up to the likes of Hearn and Warren to ensure continued journalistic access for their film companies. By doing so, they reduce themselves to little more than PR tools for these boxing emperors, expediently turning a blind eye to their nakedness. Outrageous mismatches are thus allowed to continue unabated. I wonder if these calculated acts are even legal. Could they be defined as acts of deliberate deception, unfair to secure unfair gain, i.e. fraud? Well, it has to be said, not all boxing promoters are without integrity, or without integrity all of the time. But the rewards are so high, often running into tens of millions of pounds. Huge temptation exists. Finally, all of this begs a very big question. How do these mismatches come to be sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, the body that sanctions all official fights taking place on British soil? What is in it for them to act in this way? It is possible for a trading standards service to be set up for boxing to rein in the excesses of some of our boxing promoters and to generally oversee the sanctioning of fights. After all, boxing fans as consumers have a right to protection from promoters of limited integrity, and boxers certainly need to be protected from rampant exploitation by the same people, and the British Boxing Board of Control must be made to act transparently and to be held accountable for its decisions. I am keen to hear your views on these matters, Minister, as indeed are many others. I will be very grateful for your considered reply. With thanks and best wishes, William Terry Fox. Now, Terry is the author of the book Battling Jack Turpin. Now, I've had some correspondence with Terry, and we both voiced our concerns. We both voiced our concerns regarding safety, because safety is paramount, isn't it? Now, for those of you that have never been knocked out, being knocked out is like a flash. You don't feel anything after like a quarter of a second. You don't feel you're just knocked out. I've been knocked out once, I think once. Blowed it back at head and we're all over the place. Now, how can I explain it? When you're getting punched in the head all the time, it's not nice. Now, boxers are the bravest people in the world. I've got so much respect for boxers, but some boxers, they're just more skilled than other boxers, aren't they? For example, some boxers have got really good defence. You know, Floyd Mayweather, Tyson Fury, they're masterful boxers. They don't get hit. Billy Joe Saunders, you put him in that bracket. Andre Ward, those guys don't get hit. Some boxers, they do get hit, don't they? And they don't. They can't. Some boxers can't. What's the word? Can't move. Some boxers can't move their head as good as other boxers. They just can't do it. They can't move their head as good as boxers, so they get caught all the time. Now, your head's not designed to keep getting punched. Now, imagine getting a £30 mallet and whacking it and on somebody's head. That's what it's like being hit by a boxer. Now, this is how I look at it. There's mismatches coming up lately. Joshua Miller, that's a mismatch. Crawler, Lomachenko this Saturday coming. Not tonight. Saturday coming in a week. That's a mismatch. Liam Smith against Eggington, that's a mismatch, isn't it? I want to see some good even fights. Price against Ali, that's a good even fight tonight. That's even. But they say Dare to be great, don't they? Crawler against Lomachenko is Dare to be great, but it isn't really, is it? Because who's Crawler beat really? He's just struggled with Ricky Burns, hasn't he? He's over ill. He don't stop people, does he, Crawler? Who's Crawler stopped? How many rounds would you give Crawler out them 24 rounds with Linares? How many would you give him, truthfully? With 24 rounds he did. How many did anybody really give Crawler out them 24 rounds? 3 rounds, maybe 2. He weren't in fight, were he? He was never in either fight. Now, I don't think fighters are being advised correctly. Some fighters. Now, if you get a medical pass, you can fight anybody, can't you? But safety's got to be paramount for me, and Terry agrees with me, and he's just pointed that out. Now, safety's got to be paramount, but sooner or later somebody's going to get hurt. Now, and I'm starting to think that it'll be female boxing first where somebody gets hurt. I really do think that, because some of these mismatches we're seeing with females is unbelievable, but it's one of them things, isn't it? But I hope everybody enjoys the video, and there'll be a few no doubt laughing at this video, but I'm a pretty resilient character and not much is bothering me. Nobody's ever going to stop me doing channel. People can try, but I'm alright. We have disagreements, don't we, with people, and it's one of the things, in it. But I'll probably do videos tonight regarding boxing, and just, I don't know if I'll I feel better behind camera anyway. I don't like all this going in front of camera business. It's all a load of crap, innit? People only comment, don't they, you know, about your house or interior of your car or your office and that. That man does alright, and Ultratech, don't they? They're good boxing people. They don't have to put this on camera. But like I said, channel's not going anywhere. If anything, the channels, we're growing now. It's there's a few things going to be happening, but we're changing it up. Once a week we're going to do things that's non-boxing now. This today is a little bit of a non-boxing thing, isn't it? But it's boxing related, so we can't count this. But when I'm a little bit better, my leg's a bit better, so hurt my leg, but my leg, my ribs and my neck. But when I'm a little bit better in another week, we're going to be mixing it up a little bit when I can get out driving again, and we're gonna do a few things differently. We're going to have like a non-boxing day. It's only what people want and what they're asking for, but the channel's going really good, and you know, people can knock me. You know, I've had people fly tipping. I'm involved with a car pitch, so fly tipping down there. There's threats on the phone which we filmed. I wish I'd have filmed that last night, but whatever. I'm not going anywhere. I'm too strong-willed for that. I'm a strong character, and I'm going to get these videos out for boxing fans. And I'm not going to say my fans, because I think that's a bit cringe, innit? Because I'm not special. I'm just a fat gobby kid, aren't I, really? We're a camera, but who happens to be quite active at the moment with my camera. We're going alright, we're going in the right direction, but people keep trying to knock my channel and block me and tell tales to Twitter and tell tales to YouTube. Well, let me tell you this. Twitter, now I'm back on Twitter, they know everything about what went on before. We just had to deal with it in a different manner. So keep at it, because if you notice on Twitter, some of the actors again, like they used to do to me last year, and I haven't got the password for Twitter now, so we've had an agreement that I can't go on. So it's one of them things. If I go on Twitter, it'll be a supervised tweet. How's about that? 48-year-old and I'm being supervised by my childhood friend, so I can tweet. It'll be a supervised tweet. I might get a password for 10 minutes. And YouTube, I've got statistics on YouTube channel that's showing that we've got a 90% or around about that user-friendly rating. That's from the comments and the likes and things like that. So that's only come from you guys who follow, so thank you very much for that. We're only making a little blimp, aren't we? A little bit of a noise in boxing, but it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I'm enjoying, and hopefully, you know, one day my kids might be involved in something like this. I hope so. But we'll see, won't we? Who knows? We'll see. But maybe they might follow the daddy. What do you reckon? But other than that, the channel's going really good, and we're okay. So we're going to turn this off now. Right palaver, this, isn't it? You know, my dad once said to me, right, when I was a kid, I think I just left school, and I said, Dad, I don't know what I want to be, and he said, you need to get a job. And I said, yeah. He said, and he railed off all these jobs. He says, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? I said, oh, no, I couldn't do that, couldn't do that, couldn't do that. He says, why don't you be a bin man? I goes, would you be a bin man? He goes, let me tell you this, if I didn't have a job, I would push dustbins down here, down this street we live on. And I says, well, if you did that, I'd die. I'd be embarrassed. He says, I would do it gladly. This is the area I'd want to empty bins on. So I said, alright. Well, that's how I feel now. People are going to think, he's going to do a few videos now, and he might not want to go behind camera. Well, I don't feel like it, to be honest, because I can't fidget about and that kind of. Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to do the first one like this. So, there you go. So, you know who you are. You're watching me. Let me tell you this. We're still going strong, and you know where I live as well. So you can come round any time. Come on your own next time. Don't come with your pal. Alright? So keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Oh. I turn that on.